Simon & Schuster Australia presents I, Millennial, one Snowflake Screed against boomers, billionaires, and everything else. Written and narrated by Tom Ballard. A note on this audiobook. Because I'm super smart and stuff, I've put these footnotes in throughout the whole thing to give you even more information and more hilarious jokes. When we come to a footnote, you'll hear me say, "Footnote!" And then you'll hear the footnote and it will sound like this, and then we'll go back to the main text. Okay? Cool. For Mum and Dad, the best two boomers a kid could ask for. Thank you for loving me and for giving me money. And for Cecilia, welcome to the world. Sorry about everything. Communion goes beyond walls. At Britney Spears, Instagram, March 2020. Prologue. Kids these days. I started the decade on ketamine. In the early hours of 2020, I sat slumped on the couch in a friend's share house in Carlton North and groaned as the horse tranquilizer washed over my brain. The Ket had enlisted the evening's cocaine, MDMA, vodka Red Bulls and amyl nitrate and formed a supergroup that was now performing live in my skull, and they were playing all the hits. Not gonna lie, I was cooked. I took a sip of my gin and tonic and tried to focus. A friend was addressing the room, recounting her story about a creepy interaction she'd once had with Harvey Weinstein. I was doing my best to concentrate, because that's the polite thing to do when someone's telling you a #MeToo, even at 5 a.m. on New Year's Day. But I was struggling. The supergroup was loud and getting louder, and the lounge room was somehow upside down and back to front, and reality was being warped and folding in on itself. I needed to wee, and also it was becoming very clear that nobody here was going to have sex with me. I gave up and tuned out. My head lolled back, and I stared up at the ceiling, drifting in and out of the now, wondering what was going to become of us all, specifically me. I was a month and 5 days into my 30s. Meanwhile, Australia was on fire. While my friends and I had been coordinating our drug orders earlier that evening, 4,000 people had been huddling together on the Malakuta foreshore under a blackened sky, surrounded by flames, listening as the town's gas cylinders exploded in the heat. The country had been burning for months. Our driest spring on record had turned into a black summer. December had brought tens of thousands of lightning strikes, 60-kilometre-per-hour winds, and the hottest day in Australian history, and now 200 bushfires were blazing across the country. Fires in the Blue Mountains and East Gippsland had become so fierce they generated pyrocumulonimbus.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?